What's going on, everybody? It's the Legend Beast Row 16 here, and today we are going to be talking about Takeover. You know, what it is, how to get it, and how to make the most use out of it. Now, I could have just titled this video something else. I could have just titled it like how to get your shooting badges, the best way to get your hot zones. But, this is basically kind of all of that in one video. It's the same thing. I'll probably make those videos anyways. But you see right here, these are my base stats. You see the 93 ball and you see the 84. And now you see my stats when I had, team takeover. I go up to a 96 three ball. I went up plus 12 to my three ball just for team takeover. And just to show you guys my badges, I don't have anything fancy. Right, I don't have anything too fancy. I don't have anything that's gonna boost that. That's just like natural team takeover, and that's huge, right? So there's a few misconceptions behind takeover, and I wanted to address that and why it's actually important to address that. So the thing about takeover, well, actually, let's address why it's important to even have takeover, right? Takeover boosting your stats, you get like a lot of thresholds. So let's say you have like a 79, ball handling. For some dumb reason, you have a 79 ball handling. You didn't think to, hey, let me get that +2 so I can get the dribble packages or Hall of Fame quick first stat. But let's say you have a 79, you can't speed boost, you can't do none of that. You get takeover or you increase your takeover meter and now your stats go up. You're able to speed boost, you're able to do these type of things, and this goes for everything. Maybe you need a certain block rating to get snatch blocks or something. Maybe you need a certain 3-point rating to hit a certain range 3 or whatever the case. 2K works in thresholds. I don't know all the thresholds in 2K like I do in Madden, but thresholds do exist. So let's take a look at this example, right? So that's my first shot of the game, against the Rockets. And you see that instead of, my normal 84 three-pointer, you see that we go down here and I'm going to have my 85 three-pointer. You see I'm going to have my 91 mid-range instead of my 90 mid-range. So you don't need to activate takeover. You just need to have meter. Every shot you take, not even every shot, but every tangible stat. So assist, steals, blocks. I don't think rebounds is a part of that. It could be though. Rebounds really could be a part of that. But definitely shots for sure. It increases, that takeover meter, therefore it increases your stats. And you don't need to activate it. So there's actually some merit. Okay, and hear me out. There's actually merit to getting your takeover and not using it. Now, of course, you want to do that because you know how the CPU gets. Sometimes when they see you with takeover, for too long without using it, or just you're about to get your team takeover in general, something dumb happens, right? Like the pro CPU turned into Hakeem Olajuwon during his MVP season. Everyone just starts swatting you and stuff. But as you see right there, I made the and one, and then my my stats went up, and that's basically the gist of what we're getting into. You can abuse this, you really can. So if you're like a center, let's say like you have like a 73 ball, right? You get, your takeover, you can go up to an 83 ball, or your team takeover go over to like an 82 three ball, and that gets boosted, if you have someone like Stephen Curry with floor general, and he's passing you dimer, assists, and your center can, all of a sudden, he's a sharpshooter. Or even if you have like a 53, which I don't know why you would, but let's say that you do, right? You have a 53, and then you get your team takeover, so that's what, like plus 12 Stephen Curry diamond. You're making those corner threes. You're making those corner threes with a Shaq like build, and that's the amazing thing about takeover. Like, it really enables you to do things that you couldn't before. Even if you have, I think, like if you have something like a 75 ball handle, I'm pretty sure you can have lower than that, like a 62 or 63. Pretty sure you can speed boost with takeover. That's insane, right? That's actually insane. But let's talk about the real practicality of this, right? Let's talk about the real practicality. So the true practicality of doing this is to get your hot zones. It's to get your hot zones, and it's to get your shooting badges. And those are the two most important things. Now, obviously, I don't need to explain why it's good to have shooting badges. You have a 96 3-pointer. You have a 93 pointer. I mean, you just want to shoot the lights out, right? But your hot zones, while they're not as important in current gen as they are in next gen, they're still really important. And obviously, you want to go to the park. You want to go to the rec. You want to go to a pro-am, and you want to be able to knock down your shots with as relative ease as possible. The easier it is for you, the better it is. I mean, I think 2K Labs did a video showing that like you get like a 30% boost or like a 20% boost, for hot zones, and like a -20 or -30% for cold zones or something like that. I mean, that's big. That's honestly like huge. Like, imagine, making your shots 20% more of the time. That is ridiculous. Like, imagine if you took someone like Stephen Curry, who's a regular, like, what, 50% shooter, and you added 20%. Maybe I'm reading this data wrong. But regardless, like, having hot zones, is huge. It's absolutely huge, especially for getting badges. Especially like you're like a power forward or you're a center. If you're a big man, like we need those hot spots, right? Because unless you're using like a demigod build like this, it's gonna be really hard to create your own shot or like to farm or get those shooting badges. So you definitely want to take advantage of something like this, like team takeover, or just having that boost, like to get up to the high 90s, is absolutely huge. And then, of course, once you get team takeover, you can just start like shooting at will, basically. I mean, I recommend going to like a team like the Warriors or the Nets or even the Mavericks. Like, just have somebody with dimers, so when you get team takeover, or if you have floor general, you can just like pass yourself. You can pretty much just shoot in the face of your opponents, especially if you develop a hot zone. If you're going for shooting badges, or if you're just trying to develop hot zones in general, you just go to the zone that you want and you just keep shooting there, basically. So that's basically the end of the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like, subscribe if you like this video, found it helpful, dislike if you did not. And I think the next video I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys how to get shooting badges quickly. Like, because shooting badges, if you're trying to do things legitly, it can take a while. But thank you guys. Peace out.